Imagine this. You're out on an adventure. The sun is going down. It's getting chilly. And you really want a campfire to roast some marshmallows.
All you need to do is make a fire.
But there's a catch.
You have to start the fire without anything from the store.
No paper.
No lighter fluid.
No oil.
No wax.
Absolutely nothing human-made.
Could you do it?
We could, because the forest actually has everything you need to make a fire.
If you know where to look.
And that is exactly what we're gonna do right now. We are gonna make DIY fire starter with only things we can find in the woods. Welcome to episode 1 of Wild Child Survivalist 101.
Now let's head out into the woods and get started.
Okay, so here we are in the woods.
And we have a bag to collect our materials in. So let's get started.
But what exactly are we looking for?
Starting a fire isn't as simple as setting a few sticks on fire.
No, we're gonna need 3 different layers to make this work.
And we're gonna need different things for each layer.
The first layer needs to be thin, delicate things that can burn easily and quickly.
Things like dry grass and pine needles. If it were fall, we could use fluffy seeds like cattails or milkweed fluff.
But it's spring right now, so that changes things.
It's harder to find dry things in the spring, so we'll see what we can find.
Last year's pine needles would really be the best.
Pine trees are actually good for all 3 layers.
But why?
Because pine trees don't have sap like most trees. Instead, they have resin, which burns really well.
So pine trees are the best thing we can find to make fire starters.
But in case you can't find pine trees, and let's face it, pine trees don't grow everywhere, we're also going to look for other things that'll work too.
Things like dry moss or lichens, like these.
And while we're looking for layer 1, we'll also look for layers 2 and 3.
The next 2 layers are not the same as the first.
Layer 2 needs to be things that are just a little bit bigger and burn just a little bit longer than layer 1.
But not too big.
Because the bigger things are,
The longer it takes for them to catch on fire.
and since layer 1 needs to burn easily and quickly, that means if the second layer is too big, there won't be enough time for it to catch on fire before layer 1 goes out.
And the third layer needs to be just a little bit bigger than the second layer for the same reason.
So basically, each layer is a little bit bigger than the last until the fire is strong enough to make normal-sized logs burn.
So let's see what we can find. So for layer 2, we need things just a little bit bigger than pine needles and dry grasses.
Wood shavings are perfect for this.
But we can't buy any, so we're gonna have to make our own.
Luckily, that's not hard to do.
When we get back to the campsite, we're gonna use these to make those wood shavings.
Then we need slightly bigger sticks for layer 3.
Dry bark is good too.
Just make sure you only take bark from dead, dry trees. Live bark won't burn because there's water in it. And it'll hurt the tree.
The same is true for twigs and branches. If they are too wet, they won't burn. But at least it's easy to tell if they're dry enough.
If it's really bendy and hard to break like this, then it's not good for fire.
But the dry ones will break easily.
See how easy this one cracked? It's perfect. So look for those easy to break branches.
If you can break bigger trees into little pieces, that will also work.
Like this fallen cedar tree we found. I managed to pull off some pieces. Cedar has resin too, though it's not quite as good for fire as pine. Got some good ones.
But these still aren't the only things that will work.
Birch trees are really good too. As long as it's a dead birch tree, this white bark can roll up and be a great fire starter. Birch bark is kind of actually waterproof, which makes it great for starting fires.
Okay, so we haven't found anything for layer 1 yet.
But we do have sticks to cut into shavings, plus birch bark and cedar strips for layers 2 and 3.
So we keep looking.
Okay, so we're really not finding any pine trees. That means we're gonna improvise. We're on to our backup plan. So now we're looking for dried grasses instead of pine needles.
Plan B for layer 1. Pine needles are the best because of the resin, but dried grasses are an excellent plan B.
And often a lot easier to find.
Hey, look, a tiny pine tree finally. That one doesn't have enough dry stuff to actually work though. So here's the grass.
Alright, that's good. Let's go. Time to find out if this works or not.
So now that we have everything we need, the next step is to organize it.
We are going to put things in piles by size. That will make it easier to set the layers in the right place when we start making our fire starter.
Now we just need to make some wood shavings.
For that, we're using pocket knives and carefully shaving away from ourselves to make little bits of wood.
This is a great trick for when you can't find enough sticks of the right size.
But if you have enough sticks, you can skip this one. Once we have enough wood shavings, we're going to rip the birch bark into smaller strips.
They'll burn faster if they're smaller. Now all the little stuff is organized and ready.
The last organizing step is to put the bigger layer 3 sticks into piles by size 2.
This will make it easier to grab the next size up when we're ready. We'll put the smaller ones on first and make our way up to the bigger ones.
Okay, let's see if this works.
We start with layer 1, all that dry grass we collected.
We're gonna make kind of a bird's nest shape with it.
Then we put this big piece of bark in the middle to hold the shavings.
Then I'm going to cover the shavings with the grass.
Then we'll keep building layer 2 on top of that.
The cedar strips are going first, and the sticks are going on top of that, but they are going in a teepee shape,
with the smallest on the bottom and the biggest on the top.
Remember, each layer is supposed to burn just long enough to catch the next layer on fire. Alright, we're gonna see if this works now. This is the only human-made thing we're using today, but it might be fun to do one with a flint someday. Alright, let's do this. I'm reaching inside the teepee to light the grasses on the bottom of the pile first. That way the flames will reach up to the teepee layer above and catch those on fire too.
It's working!
You can see all the grasses burning now, and the next layer is just starting to catch on fire.
As soon as that happens, we'll start adding the bigger sticks on top of the teepee.
That way the fire will slowly get stronger and stronger. See all the whitish ash on the bottom? That was the grasses we used on layer 1. They did their job and caught the bigger layers on fire.
Fire needs oxygen, just like people do. So if we added too much too fast, it would smother the whole thing and the fire would go out. That is looking good.
And now it's strong enough for full-size logs. That's awesome.
That's so cool.
Campfire!
We did it. We built the fire from only kindling from the woods.
From here, we just keep adding big logs until we're ready to put it out.
But first, s'mores.
Worth it!
So that was super fun.
Thanks for watching!
Don't forget to give us a thumbs up.
And hit that subscribe button for more videos like this.
Until next time,
Bye!